Yes, guys, we have done this next time. Just last time we have done some question on people and environment. You had some queries about last time. You want to ask me something? Yes, yes. Oh, you want to ask what BOD is what? Yes. Yes, you want to ask. You have some confusion about the BOD. Yes. Okay, when domestic sewerage goes inside the water source, what happens to the what BOD means? Well, friend, when a friend of mine asked me what BOD is and what BOD plays a role in the pollution of water pollution and how eutrophication going to come, that is the one question going to ask, and this is very important. You will find in people environment paper, you will find 5-6 questions of in that case, and they are very wider field, and you have to remember very finely. You have to do a special impact on the pollutant, air pollutant, water pollutant, and that has to go through very clearly. Like here, BOD. The question will be asked on BOD. The question will be asked on eutrophication. This will be also algal bloom, like question will be, that type of question will be asked in the examination here to go. Now, first of all, what is BOD is? The question asks what BOD is. BOD determines the purity of water. Now, purity of water means here the definition of BOD is the amount of oxygen required by decomposers, the amount of the oxygen required by the decomposers to do what? To decompose in 5 days, in degrading of this waste present in 1 liter of water. The amount of oxygen that is required, the question that here is one, we want to go present in the water, the 1 liter of the water. The BOD stands for this. BOD means the purity of water, that this determines the less the BOD, more is the purity, and more higher than this will be highest. Last time I discussed the range of BOD. If it is less than 1500, is a pure. If it is 1500, 4000 or 3000, is moderate. And if it goes more than that of 4000, it is becomes more polluted. Now here the question is that what is BOD? By definition of BOD is the amount of oxygen required by decomposers in 5 days. If it is a pure water, when it comes down to waste, it takes oxygen. The pure water gives more oxygen to them, and then the organism will be able to degrade in lesser time. When the sewerage water comes through, the sewerage water falls in the water resource. Then what happens? This 1 water contains more of the waste. It requires more of the oxygen to degrade the organism takes more oxygen from the water to degrade it, and that is BOD. Here the BOD will incur biological oxygen demand. There will be more oxygen to degrade it. Biological oxygen demand, I repeat, the microorganism will take more oxygen to degrade the waste available in 1 liter of water. That means they require more oxygen, and more oxygen they take from the dissolved water, and they make the oxygen quantity, they reduce the quantity of oxygen in the available water. More sewerage, more demand. More demand means lesser is the oxygen, dissolved oxygen in the water. The BOD means here is the quantity of oxygen required to degrade the waste in the 1 liter of water in 5 days, and what temperature, let's say at the temperature 20 degrees centigrade, this one. How much water is required in the BOD? BOD here is one question. I hope you understood the BOD means what. I hope BOD is the biological oxygen demand. It requires how much oxygen demanded by organism to degrade the waste in 1 liter of water. And you know, more the waste is and more the demand, and therefore this will, what happens, the phenomena will take the oxygen from the water, and that will make the water less, and water less oxygen, very difficult for photosynthesis, and that become a problem for the plants and the other organism that flourishes in the sea or in the water body. In water body we need this one to go. So I hope the BOD is clear to you. BOD is a biological oxygen demand, that is demand, and the organism takes out for to degrade the waste present in water in 1 liter of this. So BOD is demand is more demand, it means more reduction of oxygen in available water, and that is harmful for the plant's growth, and that is here. Yeah, greenhouse effect. Okay, greenhouse effect. What is a greenhouse? My friend asked me, what is a greenhouse effect? What is greenhouse? You know, you might have seen somewhere in the closest green, you find some in the fields also, some covered area of green seat, and then you find the people are keeping the plants under them. They produce some vegetable. Their agriculture, you'll find so many fields having the green closes. That is why it is so. Why we find the car is very hot when it is a winter. When you enter the car, you find your car is warmer inside the car. Why it is so? Because some of the sun rays are trapped. The long wavelength comes inside the car. Then this some of the gases that trap it there, and that give the warmth. Now, what are the gases? The greenhouse effect means the trapping of the heat by some gases and making the warmer the place. That is the what greenhouse effect. I repeat, greenhouse effect is the effect by the trapping of the heat come through the sun, and they trap this inside your enclosure area. And these are carbon dioxide. It is the one. The methane is another one. Methane, we have the methane is one, another one. Nitrous N2O, nitrous oxide. This is this very nitrous oxide, and CFC is chlorofluorocarbon. Chlorofluorocarbon. Friend, also your water vapors going to help. So this is now these are the greenhouse gases, the mainly are carbon dioxide and methane. Methane is the one which is responsible for, methane is the 6% of global warming, that is the responsible, and it is it's very, very small available. It's not available like carbon dioxide. It's very, very less, but it gives this one gives 150 times more than what carbon dioxide do for global warming. It absorbs more heat than carbon dioxide. And how much time? It's 150 times, friends. So therefore, methane, vapor vapors, nitrous oxide, and these all are very, very important for the greenhouse effect. What is greenhouse effect? I repeat, it is the trapping of the heat of the long wave rays comes, and these are the long wavelength rays come to it. They're trapped inside, and they are not allowing to go back, make it a short length, and they're not allowed to go trap back to the atmosphere. Such is called greenhouse effect. There has been a protocols. There are many protocols, more conferences, and which are they are concerned about the environment. And now it just first of all, Rio 1992. There are people. 1992. There are about more than 100 countries. They assembled in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, which is the first Earth Summit in 1992, and they thought about the survival of the man. This is called Sustainable Development Program that was considered in Brazil, that happened in that case, and they thought what should be done to save our Earth. When Earth saves us, why not we save our Earth? De Janeiro, here Rio Earth Summit was held in 92, and they find out what can be there. There is an agenda of 21, and they said this agenda 21. The Earth Summit was done in 1992. This is the Rio Earth Summit, Rio in Brazil. This is Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. It was 1992. About more than 100 people, 100 countries won. They had their agenda 51. When they said make the agenda 21 points, and they should be local. Whatever country can do in the same manner. What step you want to take these steps according to your local conditions. But the 21 points which we are just on, do the efforts to meet out these 1 points. So friends, first efforts to make by United Nations Conference on Environment. This is conference. This is environment development that we talk about. UNCED. This was the United Nations Conference on Economic Development, Environment Development in 1992. It was done, and that is a thinking of sustainable development of our. What sustainable development means? We use the natural resources in the proper manner. It should not be done in a way which is can our survival become difficult, or future generation they find difficult to survive. Sustainable development procedure to be done. Let's use the 3R. 3R: reuse, recycle, and use 3R principle. Here it is: reuse, recycle, and that refuse. 3R, refuse and recycle. This point. Here we go for 3R to make a sustainable development procedure. Now we have greenhouse effect. There is a greenhouse gases and greenhouse gases. They are thinking about this. Quetta. In Quetta, it was in Japan. There's a conference have been there, and protocol is there. They were thinking about more than 144 countries participated into it, and they said how these gases can be reduced in that past. That has been discussed. So here another one, Montreal one also have been in. This is in Canada, Montreal. This is Canada one, which has been discussed, and they are protocol. It was done. There has been thinking. Quetta and Montreal. Montreal happened to be in 2005. This is 2005. This is regarding greenhouse effects that has been done. Rio de Janeiro means the United Nations. In Quetta, we have got UNFCCC, United Nations Framework for Conference on Climate Change. This UNF, this is how there has been a thinking regarding the change in the environment, how climate change is being done. There has been a global warming. There are bad effects on the environment. Therefore, it is the requirement for a collective efforts by all countries to do this, and that has been the point of greenhouse effect. Thank you for today. Today's video is enough for this. We have discussed about BOD. My friend asked me, and the second one is greenhouse gases. How two protocols. First, Earth Summit was done. Then we have got a Rio Earth Summit. Then we have the Quetta in Japan and Montreal in Canada. Then we talk to you this about. We have got one United Nations Conference on Earth Environment Development, and second one is by United Nations Framework Conference on Climate Change that has been discussed. I hope you understood. More on video next. Why acid rain? what are the effect of acid rain and why acid rain is there, why sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide they contribute to our acid rain, and how this become a storm eater. This we'll talk in the next day. Thank you.